The Honorable Tenisha Yancey. While court is in session, we do ask that you please do not be talking, sleeping, lying down, no driving, no wearing of any hair garments unless it's for religious purposes only, no chewing of any gum or reading of any material. And also, you must be properly dressed when the judge asks you to turn your camera on. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning and good morning to all of you on Zoom. YouTube world. Are we ready to proceed, I believe, on the blue matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now calling the people versus Tenisha LaShawn Blue, ticket number SP 138-785-71, one-term driver's license driving while license revoked. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Zach Glazer, P80036 on behalf of Miss Blue.
And Ms. Blue, will you state your name for the record, please? Can you hear me? Ms. Blue, will you state your name for the record, please?
Tenisha Blue.
Thank you. I don't know if I just didn't hear you the first time.
Yes,
Today is the date and time set for pretrial. Counselor, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, we have a resolution. There is another file here aside from the driving while license suspended. I can give you that case number when you're ready.
You know what? Is it count to be 26 to 30 miles over the posted speed?
Yep, correct. Just want to make sure that was there.
I apologize. I overlooked it on the docket, but yes, it's on the ticket, both counts.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've had an opportunity to speak with a city attorney, Dante Goth. We've agreed to a resolution whereby Miss Blue would plead to an added charge of allowing an unauthorized person to drive and impeding traffic, and the original charges would be dismissed.
And Ms. Blue, you had an opportunity to talk to your attorney and he advised you of your rights?
yes,
And did you understand your rights?
yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes,
And are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
yes,
Okay, will you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and the entire truth?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down. I'm gonna turn your attention to September 7th, 2022. Were you driving a 2020 Hyundai?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you driving in the area of Telegraph and 8 Mile in the city of Detroit?
Yes,
Were you licensed at the time that you were driving?
no,
You came in contact with Detroit Police Department on that day, ma'am?
yes,
And you weren't able to provide them with a valid driver's license, is that correct?
no, I was not.
Okay. Also, were you abiding by the speed law?
No,
Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied. Thank you, Judge.
Stipulate the probable cause for the dismissals?
Yep, so stipulated.
All right, the court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Blue for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. Also a responsible plea for impeding traffic. Ms. Blue, the fee for allowing, I'll do the impeding first. I'll try to go down on the allowing just to allow you a little bit of wiggle room. Are you working currently?
no, ma'am.
First of all, I would like to just compliment you on your courtroom decorum. This is probably the best I've seen from a defendant on Zoom since I've been here. So thank you for presenting so well. Your total amount is going to be approximately $365. Would you rather do community service, or would you be able to pay that within the next 9? I could probably give you 60 days. or you can do 36 hours of community service, 36 and a half hours of community service.
The only, may I say something?
You absolutely, as long as you do not tell me any facts of the case, but yes.
No. My only thing is, with community service, I don't know how I would actually get to it. And then, like, where would it be? And, you said something, you said it is how much?
365. I'm gonna assess a fee of $175 for the impeding and $190 for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive.
Okay. Can I get, you said 60.
You need longer pay.
I need a little bit more time.
I'll give you more time, but the only way I'll give you more time is if you actually you have to come to the court to enter into a payment agreement.
Okay.
Okay, so if you come down to the court to enter into a payment agreement by April 26, 2023, then you won't have to come back again. You'll just make those payments as the court gives whatever court payment arrangement that the court gives you.
Okay, I would do
Okay.
that. So that just come downtown Detroit, right?
Yeah, it's 421 Madison Street, Madison Street in the city of Detroit we're near Ford Field.
Okay.
And
I
Judge,
can-
was that 4/26/23 to get into a payment agreement?
Yes,
Thank you.
that's 2 weeks from today to actually enter into the payment agreement. If she does not enter into a payment agreement by that date, am I using the right date? No, 4/27, I'm sorry, I'm using yesterday's date.
Okay.
4/27, she has until. If she does not do it by 4/27, one of you need to appear on Zoom at 8:35 that morning,
Okay.
okay?
Yep. Got it, Judge. Thanks.
Here you go, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
You as well. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. You needed me?
Are you?
I told
you're
you
not-
Miss Barry
you-
needed you,
No, Paula Cole's my prosecutor.
All right.
but Lita needed you.
Oh, you said come to the courtroom.
No, I didn't. I said if you can zoom back into the
Oh.
court.
I was on the record and I kind of.
Madam Interpreter, did your client, did the, who you were interpreting for, did he disconnect?
He accepted the invite to return to the courtroom. I
think
don't
he
see
just-
her right now.
This might be him. Let me see. Is that him? Can you call his name, Madam Interpreter?
Señor Berrios Rosario. Señor Berrios Rosario, that's him.
That's him. Okay.
And Your Honor, it's a dismissal if you want to call that one so they can leave.
1 second.
I'm sorry, no, I'm getting ready to do an in-person hearing.
Okay.
Good morning, Officer Jackson.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Mr. or Mrs. Bobo has not checked into the courtroom, therefore we will be issuing a case. You are free to go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You have a good day, sir. Thank you.
You as well.
Your Honor, interpreter is needed in another courtroom.
Are you on the Barrios matter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, give me two seconds, literally, to call his case. I'll go ahead and call his while we're waiting for the prosecutor to enter my courtroom.
Oh,
In
thank you,
person.
so much, Your Honor.
Okay.
Page 2. I just operated with no light. I'm sorry, improper plates. One. Improper plates.
Right, ready to proceed on Barrios? Is that the pronunciation, Madam Interpreter? Am I pronouncing it right, Madam Interpreter?
Barrios Rosario for the defendant.
Okay, so now calling the matter of the people versus Luis Barrios Rosario, ticket number SP 138836911, one count of improper plates. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Así que ahora estamos llamando el caso de Luis Ángel Berrios Rosario, número de caso SP 13883-691, un cargo de placas incorrectas. Que todos digan sus nombres, comenzando con el abogado.
You bring it back. Ms. Hatcher, we're on the record on the Barrios matter. Will you state your appearance for the record, please?
Sure. Amari Hatcher, P74935, appearing on behalf of the defendant. Your Honor, we do have a recommendation for dismissal. He did provide valid documentation.
Sí, su señoría, yo soy la abogada Mari Hatch y estoy aquí representando al acusado y tenemos aquí una recomendación para que los cargos queden desestimados.
And can you tell me what vehicle he provided documentation on?
¿Y me puede decir para cuál vehículo él pudo proveer la documentación?
I don't know off the top of my head, Your Honor. I guess he can provide it for the record.
En este momento, no sé, quizá que pueda
I'm sorry.
decir para que conste en el acta, su señoría.
And who did he provide the documentation to? Was it to you or to the prosecutor?
He showed it to me.
¿Y a quién es que le presentó la documentación? ¿A usted o al fiscal? Me lo mostró a mí.
Did he email it or just place it in the Zoom?
He
Se lo
placed it
mandó
in the
por
Zoom. Would you like him to
electrónico
show it to you, Your Honor?
o se lo mostró por el Zoom? Sí, me lo mostró por el Zoom, su señoría.
Yes, please. Madam Interpreter, did you ask him to, or perhaps I'm not looking at the right person on the
He
screen?
has on.
No, Your Honor, perhaps I didn't hear the last statement. I'm not being given enough time to interpret and someone begin speaking. So if the last question could be repeated, I'd be very grateful.
My last question was, I was asking if you had asked him to put the registration up into.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will ask him to do so right now. Señor Berrios Rosario, por favor, muéstrenos el comprobante de que la registración usted la tiene vigente.
Madam Interpreter, will you, I am not able to see that. I don't know how House Counsel was able to see that.
Well, that's not the view he showed me, Judge, when we were in the breakout room. He zoomed it in.
Madam Interpreter, can you tell me which vehicle, or can you have him tell us which vehicle it is for and whose name it is in?
Señor Berrios Rosario, por favor, díganos el nombre de la persona que tiene la registración y díganos el tipo de vehículo.
Es una Cherokee 2001 y mi esposa se llama Jennifer Berrío. Es mi esposa.
It's in my wife's name, Jennifer Berrios. It's a Cherokee 2001.
Thank you. So the court can actually say that the vehicle registration is valid for the vehicle that was in question on that day. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed without prejudice.
Así que yo puedo decir que la registración ahora está vigente para el vehículo que habían detenido ese día. Así que todo esto, el caso queda desestimado.
You are free to go.
Usted se puede ir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Madam Interpreter, you are
Thank you.
also.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Madam Clerk and Your Honor. The Officer Jackson that just left, was he on the Shanteria Butler case?
No, he was for Bubba.
Okay,
Emil,
thank you.
you're welcome. Attorney Buffman, if you're ready on some people, you can bring them out. Just make sure they have their devices on mute for us. We're on the record, okay?
Understood. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I won't bring too many people in, just maybe one at this time.
You can. Now calling the people versus John Bryce Bedsworth, ticket number 718-612, one count of littering in public or private. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexandra Miller, P86290, on behalf of Mr. John Bedsworth, who is present and standing to my left. Mr. Bedsworth, can you please state your full name for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. John Bedsworth.
Good morning. Today is the date and time set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. How would you like to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. In regards to the bench warrant, we waive formal reading of the charges, stand Mr. Bedsworth mute and ask that any cases be recalled.
All right, so the court will set aside the KPS and enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Bedsworth.
For purposes of moving forward, Your Honor, if we may have a new trial date, we are actively trying to resolve this matter with the prosecution and hope to resolve it prior to a trial date if we are able to have a little bit of time in between the next date.
Okay, so I'm gonna set this matter for trial for May 8th, 2023 at 9 a.m. That is in person, Mr. Bedsworth, not virtually here in this courtroom. Okay. Does he speak English?
Oh, yeah,
I need
he's just
permission.
not wanting to speak out of turn, Your Honor.
Yeah, I want your permission.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I've caused you some anxiety. I've got a lot of health issues. Very painful to be here and for whatever reason you needed in person. And I did not understand
you
that.
were being very difficult during the first hearing in terms of what you could provide, what it was that you had done. There was an offer made. You by no means are forced to accept an offer, but there's either an offer that's going to be made or we have to proceed with trial. And in trial, I need you to be here.
Yeah, yes, I was unaware of the offer.
I don't have a prosecutor on right
Sure,
now,
sure.
but it was my understanding, and I don't know that I still have it. Hold on one moment.
Well, I don't want to leave docket in any way, Your Honor.
Okay, so we will move forward, but, yeah, because this matter has been going on even since before me, when Bledsoe Ford was here, and I have no idea why it didn't get resolved then. But I believe there was an offer.
I believe so, Your Honor, but I believe that has been revoked. At this time, it's my understanding that the prosecution is seeking the full fine.
Okay, all right, so, and if that's the case, I have nothing to do with that. So we can proceed, you said with trial, is that correct?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, so we will have this trial set for, again, May 8th, 2023 at 9 a.m.
Understood, Your Honor.
Thank you.
If we need to stay on the record for Ms. Cole.
Yeah. Ms. Cole, would you like to state your appearance for the record on the Bedsworth case? I actually thought this was the trial. I got mixed up. It's the arraignment on the bench warrant because he didn't appear for trial last time.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I apologize that somebody was calling me and I was on a Zoom hearing. Paula Cole for the record, P31888. I understand it's a arraignment on the warrant.
It is actually an arraignment on the warrant. I was looking for you because I actually thought that it was the trial, but I got mixed up, so that's my fault. However, Ms. Cole, is there an offer or has the offer been revoked?
I did speak with the attorney yesterday and I said that it would have to be a plea of guilty and a $500 fine.
Okay. Are you willing to accept the offer at this time, or you would like?
No,
to proceed to
we
trial?
are hoping to possibly negotiate further and resolve prior to trial, but at this time, at least have the trial date in place.
Okay, Ms. Cole, that trial date is being scheduled for May 8th, 2023 at 9 a.m. $0 bond will be set. $0 personal bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You.
I do have one question.
May
if I may
8th,
ask.
thank you.
Will there be any paperwork that I can have on my person to make sure that there's no
To show that the warrant had been set aside, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, the paperwork they gave you, the paperwork they gave you on the day that you came down to remove the warrant, that's what you'll keep, because the warrant is lifted.
So
So unless you want a court, unless you want something that's saying you have a new court date, I can give you that one. Do you want your case updated to show your new court date? I'll give you that.
I guess whatever I need to.
Because other than that,
So
your warrant is lifted. The
Yeah,
paperwork
so-
that they gave you when you came down to the court and lifted your warrant, that will be the paperwork you can use to show that you don't have a warrant.
All right, thank you for the education.
No worries.
Officially set aside and move forward.
So I don't need any other
Nope.
paperwork.
Now, let's say you want your paperwork for your new court date, I can give you
A new
that.
notice.
And you can stop on the first floor and ask and inquire about a clearance if that's what you want to have.
Thank you for educating.
Mhm.
I think that's kind of what you do when you resolve a matter. You get a clearance between the
not
time
resolved
it's
yet.
entered from an IT point of view.
You should be able, you may be able to get one on the first floor. Okay, that concludes your matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hold on, here's his paper. Oh. You want this one?
Thank you.
Ms. Miller, what's your P number? What's your P number?
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. My P number is P86290.
Say it again.
86290.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Cole. I think, I believe there was one other attorney here for you. I emailed exchange.
Attorney Whitty, I think it is, Attorney Dennis Whitty.
Yes, he said he
Yeah,
was
he
looking
just
for
needs
his
a new
date.
date for, okay, no worries. We'll get him in and give him enough new date, but you're free to go, ma'am.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Ms. Melita, are you ready yet, Ms. Barrett? Are you ready to proceed?
I've been waiting for this, Mr. Goss.
We'll give us 2 seconds while he wraps up the matter in the courtroom.
Attorney Barrett,
Yes.
okay,
Do you want me to talk to you about it right? Well, we probably shouldn't talk in front of the judge.
okay. Yeah, I've been down there. You wasn't in the breakout room. Go back to the breakout room and I go back down.
Oh, okay. Which one? I thought, okay,
I'm
maybe
gonna put her back in. I'm gonna put you in 3 because that's where he's at.
Okay. I was in 1. That's the problem. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you in 3 because he was in 3.
Are the parties ready to proceed on Brandt? Lisa Brandt?
Yes, Your Honor.
I see you, Ms. Brandt. Ms. Hatcher, are you representing Ms. Brandt this morning?
I am not. I haven't talked to her.
Okay, can you tell me who you're ready to proceed on?
Sure. Andre Bornax. It's a trial date. We have no PO unless Officer Townsville checked in and is not in the breakout rooms.
One moment, let me just double check.
No officer checking.
Now calling the people versus Stefan Curtis Broadnax, or Andre Stefan Curtis Broadnax, ticket number P1168-503, count 1, driving unregistered untitled vehicle, count 2, improper plates. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Amari Hatcher appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Andre Broadnax.
And so can you turn your camera on if you have it available?
Thank you, Ms. Hatcher. Today is the date and time set for a trial. It's my understanding, well, the court has verified that the officer has not checked in, Officer Townsville. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You're free to go, Mr. Broadnax. Where are you?
Okay, thank you. All set.
You're all set. You're free to go.
I'm ready on Beckham or Becerra Ramirez.
Okay, give me just 2 seconds. room that's here versus. Ms. Hatcher, who did you say that you were ready to proceed on? Beckham?
Beckham or Becerra Ramirez, either one.
I'm confused. Louise, that's the one.
Yes.
I did check him in earlier. I forgot his name.
Now calling the people versus Luis Alberto Becerra Ramirez, ticket number P 1369699. One count of disregarding traffic control device, ticket number P 1369727. One count of driver's license expired. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Amari Hatcher appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record.
Luis Alberto Becerra Ramirez.
Set for a pretrial hearing. How would you like to proceed, Ms. Hatcher?
We have a recommendation for the defendant to plead to failure to display, all other matters to be dismissed.
Okay, and Mr. Becerra Ramirez, you had an opportunity to talk to your counsel and she advised you of your rights.
Yes.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes.
Anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No, it's not. Nobody.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes, ma'am.
If you put your hand down, turning your attention to August 19, 2022, when you're driving a 2010 GMC.
I cannot hear the last one.
One more. On August 19, 2022, were you driving a 2010 GMC?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you driving in the area of McNichols and John R. in the city of Detroit?
Yes, it is.
Did you come in contact with Detroit Police Department on that day, sir?
No.
You weren't pulled over on that day, sir?
Huh?
You weren't pulled over on that day?
Yes.
So you did have some contact with a Detroit police officer on that day?
Yes.
And when they asked you to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
I do, but it was expired.
It was or was not expired?
It was expired.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Satisfied, counsel?
Satisfied.
The court is also satisfied and will, do you stipulate to probable cause on the dismissal?
So stipulated.
The court will enter a guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Becerra Ramirez for failure to display. on ticket number ending in 9727, an amended, guilty, I'm sorry, will enter an amended guilty charge of failure to display on ticket number ending in 9727, dismissing the ticket number ending in 9699 without prejudice. Mr. Becerra Ramirez, the ticket, the fees and fines for that offense will go, it's gonna be $220. Are you working currently, sir?
Yes.
Are you able to pay that within the next 2 weeks?
How much is that will be?
$220?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna set it for a review hearing on May 15, 2023. If it's not paid by May 15, 2023, you need to be on the Zoom at 8:35 a.m.
Okay, I will pay that. I'll make sure for that.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you. I'm all set?
Yes, you can go.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
You're free to go. Thank you. Are we ready to proceed on that? Are we ready to proceed on next?
Beckham.
Beckham. Now calling the people versus Adrian Beckham, ticket number SP 128-18661. One count of driving unregistered untitled vehicle. Please state your appearance for the record.
Mari Hatcher appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record.
Adrian Beckham.
Your Honor, we have a recommendation for Mr. Beckham to plead to improper plates, all other matters to be dismissed.
Were there additional counts that I?
Maybe not, Your
have?
Honor. That may be the sole count.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I have everything in the file that I should have. So, Mr. Beckham, you had an opportunity to talk to your counselor, your counsel, and she advised you of your right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Will you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. I'm gonna turn your attention to November 29th, 2021. Were you driving a 2012 Ford?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you driving in the area of Grand River in Brooklyn in the city of Detroit?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you come in contact with the Detroit Police Department on that day, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
The vehicle that you were driving on that day, was it registered, was it a register, did it have proper registration?
No, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Counselor?
Satisfied.
Stipulate to proper, well, there are no, well, I guess technically, stipulate to proper cause of dismissal.
I believe that's the sole count, Your Honor.
Dismissing the unregistered vehicle and.
Sure, so stipulated.
I apologize. So, Mr. Beckham, the fee on that matter, and the court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea. Is it for improper plates? Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
And the fee for improper plates, Mr. Beckham, is gonna be $220. How soon can you pay that, sir?
Can I have some time, Your Honor?
How long do you need, sir?
Probably a month.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you until May 15th to make that payment. If you
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
pay it, if you don't pay it by May 15th, you need to show up on a Zoom, on this Zoom at 8:35 that morning.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you are free to go, sir.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
You too, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ms. Barrett, were you ready?
Judge, I need to go back into room 30 to talk to Mr. Mustafa Bani. I'm ready, but I just need to tell, he has an interpreter.
I think she's on the phone.
She's in there. No,
She's in the breakout room as well. So she's gonna put you in the breakout room, Ms. Barrett.
Because the interpreter, she said she has another case at 11:30, I believe.
Okay, well, Judge, I guess maybe we could, I guess I don't have to tell him this because I think Officer Bennett is in the courtroom. Did he come in? I think he said he was coming back in here.
He might have left, but he's in there with Mr. Gloss.
Okay, well, maybe I should go in there with them because it should probably be a dismissal, but I wanted to give my client the information. So
I'm putting you in room 30. You should saw that. Did you see the prompt to join room 30?
Hold on. Okay, yes, thank you.
Bachman, are you ready to proceed on Lisa Brent?
Ready, Your Honor.
Now calling the People versus Lisa Marie Brandt, ticket number U633849221, one count of failure to display Group D Entertainers car. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Harry Bachman, P55052 for the defendant. Ma'am, state your full name for the record.
Lisa Marie Brandt.
Thank you and good morning. Your Honor, the matter is set for trial at 9 a.m. It is now 11:04. Would you consider a motion to dismiss here without prejudice for no complaining witness, Officer Mary Q?
Officer who?
Mary Q, K-U-E.
All right. So the court has verified that Officer Q has not checked into this courtroom either virtually or in person. The time is now 11:04. This matter was set for trial at 9 a.m. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed without prejudice. Ms. Brent, you have a good day. You're free to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Ready on Akeem Black, Your Honor.
Now calling the People versus Akeem Emmanuel Black, ticket number P1396897, one count of open alcohol in a motor vehicle. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Harry Bachman for the defendant. Sir, state your name, please.
Akeem Black.
Thank you. Judge, this matter is set for trial and there's no complaining witness. Would you consider a motion to dismiss here without prejudice?
I would think about it, but the open alcohol offense, Mr. Black, is a serious offense to me, because it's one step away. It is, and I'm not asking you to admit guilt or responsibility at all. But if you were in fact driving around with, ma'am, Mr. Black, if you were in fact driving around with open alcohol, of course, the next step is drinking and driving, right? And you definitely don't want a OWI on your record. So I'm going to push you to make sure that you are not driving with any open alcohol in your vehicle. I will dismiss this matter today since Officer Craig has not checked into the courtroom either virtually or in person. The time is now 11 a.m. and this matter was set for trial at 9 a.m. Therefore, the matter will be dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you.
You're free to go.
Yeah, I couldn't answer you on the other phone because I'm in a like this little court proceeding thing.
You're in an open
One of my
meeting, sir. Can you, thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Marcellus
We
Bland,
need for you to put your phones on mute, please.
mute your device.
Yeah, what's your number?
Your Honor, counsel is ready on Almon Brown.
You don't get no change. That change the future.
Ms. Bear, are you ready to proceed on Bonnie Mustafa?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And will you both turn your cameras on? We have the interpreter here in the courtroom. Hopefully everyone can hear us.
I don't know what the hell happened. I thought I heard my name.
Excuse me, you are in court. Can you please put your devices on mute? If you are not Mr. Muhammad, please have your devices on mute.
Did Officer Bennett come back in here?
No, ma'am. Not into the main courtroom, but I'll try to bring him in.
Okay.
Oh, I got everything. You do? Well, I got everything. Okay, okay. I'm going to get, he's gonna be in a video. I'm trying to pull up. Have you been in the breakout room with Mr. Bennett yet?
Yeah. Yes, I have. I've spoken to him. I'm assuming he spoke to the city attorney.
And I know that he was in there with the city attorney, but he's not coming out of the breakout room, so I'm just gonna proceed without him. You have your offer though, right?
Well, that's, excuse me, he needs to be present, or the city attorney needs to be present based on information that I received, because it's not supposed. I'm sorry.
What's the offer?
Judge, we're not taking an offer. It's supposed to be a dismissal.
Okay, so why do they need to be present if they agree, if that offer is, if they agree to dismiss it?
No, they've been agreed to.
Did they agree to dismiss it?
That's what Officer Bennett said, but sometimes the judge wants them in there just to verify, so.
No, you are an officer of the court. It would be very behooving to you to make sure that you are not telling a judge anything other than what occurred in the main session, knowing that I could verify it later. If they say that they're dismissing it, I can dismiss it without waiting. We can move on. What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, since the officer's been here all morning, I talked to him, I would just.
He's here now. He's here now. They just came into the main session. Corporal Bennett, will you turn your camera on, sir? And Mr. Goss, if you'd like to make your appearance on the Bonnie Mustafa case, Mr. Mustafa, your camera should be on already. Now calling the people versus Bonnie Mustafa Mohammed, Bonnie Mustafa, ticket number SP 131-63152. We have an interpreter here. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the interpreter.
Good morning, Your Honor. Samir Rahman, interpreting Arabic
For the court, state certified qualified.
Corporal Dale Badge 4320, Detroit Police Department.
Thank you. I'm gonna swear in the interpreter first before anyone else makes their appearances. Will you raise your right hand?
Arabic.
Do you swear or affirm that you will translate from Arabic to English and English to Arabic to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you. And will you restate your name for the record, Corporal Bennett, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Corporal Dale Bennett, Badge 4320, Detroit Police Department.
Downtown details back on.
Attorney Goff?
May it please this honorable court, Dante Goss, P60162, on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Melita Baird on behalf of Muhammad Mustafa Bani.
والمدعي العام عرف على حاله والشرطي السيد بنت ومحاميك السيدة بيري كمان عرفت على حالها.
And will he state his name for the record?
أعطينا اسمك الكامل، وين الصورة؟
Listen. اسمي first name Muhammad, last name Bani Mustafa.
Okay. Today is the date and time set for trial.
اليوم معينينا يوم قضية.
Ms. Barrett, how are we proceeding in this matter?
Well, Judge, he's provided valid documentation for the charges that are valid documentation, but also there is the failure to report an accident. I've spoken with the corporal, and based upon my conversation with him, it doesn't sound as if they're ready to proceed on that matter today. But we would make a motion that the matter be dismissed as to that.
عم تقول إنه بالنسبة للضبط اللي صار أخذه عنده إثبات إنه هو شرعي كل شيء كان موجود، بس بالنسبة إنه ما تم الحادثة ما مش عارفين كيف ما راح المدعي العام ما بده يكمل فيها اليوم وعم بطلب منك تلغي.
Your Honor, on the docket, I only see one.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to sort out too, Mr. Goff. Give me 2 seconds, please, just to figure out what the clerk is trying to tell me.
Well, it could be, Judge, that we presented those at the last hearing, and that's why it's because he presented that a while ago.
Okay, so Mr. Goff, I have a little bit of clarity as to what's going on today. Ticket number P1316315.
عم تقول سيد عندي شوية وضوح بالنسبة شو عم يحصل اليوم وعم تعطي أرقام التيكت.
Has 2 counts that were scheduled for 2 separate days.
عنده تهمتين ومعينين وهالتهمتين كل تهمة بيوم تاني.
But we are going to hear them both today.
بس رح نسمعهم اليوم.
Count 1, failure to stop or identify after police or after an accident.
رقم 1 فشلت ما وقفت بعد الحادثة.
Count 2, leaving the scene of an accident with property damage.
والتكت الثاني إنه تركت الحادثة وكان في تعطيل ودمر شيء.
I believe that Ms. Barrett wanted to entertain a motion to dismiss.
بعتقد محاميك سيدة بارت قدمت اقتراح انه نلغي القضية
on ticket number P1316282.
وعم تعطي ارقام التيكت يلي عم تطلب منا تلغي.
However, that ticket is not going to appear before me.
ولكن هيدا التيكت اللي عم تطلب منا رح تكون امام حاكم ثاني مش امامي انا.
So the motion is denied.
So رح ارفضها الغاء هيدا التيكت.
Well, hold on, Judge, where is that ticket at?
Ticket number 6282.
It's not on.
Yeah. Yes,
It wasn't on the docket.
But is that, isn't, what are the charges on that? Because I had both of these.
She needs the time to interpret, so we have to give pause.
شو اسمه هيدا التيكت يلي ما رح تلغيها اليوم؟ عم تعطيها الارقام 6282 قالت اعطيني التهمه، شو هي التهمه عليها؟
So that ticket is an accident, drive, fail to use due care and caution.
وهيدا التيكت انه عطوك اياها انه فشلت انتبهت وسقت انه يعني مهلك ما سقت.
It will be heard in courtroom 220 in the month of May.
بشهر 5 بدك تواجه المحكمة بغرفة 220.
May 17th at 9:30.
شهر 5 يوم 17 الساعة 9:30 الصبح.
So we will proceed with ticket number ending in 6315.
بنكمل بالتيكت هاي اللي أمامي 6115.
Mr. Goss, what is the offer on that ticket?
سيدة شو قدموا لك؟
Corporal Bennett, are you
Yes.
aware of what the offer
Yes.
is on that ticket?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, we're gonna move to dismiss that ticket. Once I locate that witness to the accident, I will reissue that ticket, Your Honor.
عم بيقول بده وافق انه نطلب منك تلغي هيدا الاجازه التيكت الضبط اللي عطوك اياها، واذا انا لقيت هالشاهد برجع انا بفتح القضيه.
And we are dismissing counts 1 and 2. Is that correct, Corporal Bennett?
Yes, at this point, yes, Your Honor.
ايه رح نلغي اول تيكت وثاني تيكت.
So, Ms. Baird, so in the interest of justice, the court will dismiss ticket number
رح يلغوا رقم ضبط يلي برقم
P1316315.
تيكت رقم P1316315.
This matter will be dismissed without prejudice.
رح تلتغي بدون تمييز بدون ضرر.
That concludes the hearing.
انتهت الجلسة اليوم.
You are free to go.
Excuse me.
What?
ترجع شهر 5 يوم 17 9:30 على الزوم.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Make sure he knows about that other court date.
عم تقول لك القاضي.
Are you going to talk to him again outside of today?
No.
Oh.
أكد إنه تكون على الزوم بغرفة.
May 17th at 9 a.m.
شهر 5 يوم 17 9 الصبح غرفة 220 220.
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me.
نعم.
طب فيني أنا مثلا أنا إلي تقريبا 2 years بهاي المحكمة ما حكيتش ولا مرة ولا حتى المحامي اللي عندي فاهم شو بدي أحكي أو شو عندي إني إيش أحكيه. يعني أنا الصراحة.
This has been going on for 2 years and I haven't spoken or anyone understanding me. Hey.
Well, listen, Miss Interpreter, the case he is done. He's gonna have to deal with that one on the 17th. And he might have to get a hearing date on that. So we can't, the judge got other things to do.
الحربي عنده الشغل الثاني اللي امامه حلتهم. انت رجع شهر 5 يوم 17 9 الصبح. اوكي؟
Okay.
انتبهوا هون.
You filed a motion on that.
Okay, thank you.
Bennett, you are free to go unless you are here on any other matter, sir.
All right.
All right, House Counsel, let me know how we are proceeding.
So we have a couple dismissals.
My goodness.
Alan Bickers.
Yes.
Mr. Vickers, turn your camera on, please.
Could you see me, Your Honor?
Yes, I can. You can take your hat off, sir.
I'm sorry.
Now, Council People versus Alan Michael Vickers, ticket number SP 137-53212. No insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Mari Hatcher appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record.
Alan Michael Ricardo Vickers.
Give him back. Give him back.
Your Honor, we have a,
Go ahead, sir. I mean, ma'am, I'm sorry.
today is the date and time set for trial. We have a recommendation for dismissal, no recollection from the police officer.
Okay. Mr. Vickers, consider yourself lucky today. But make sure that you are not a super serious offense, thankfully, but make sure that you are driving with proper documentation in the vehicle with you at all times. It looks like you're driving today.
I'm
Make sure-
riding. I'm not driving.
Oh, okay, so make sure you have all the documentation with you in the car anytime you will be driving. You're free to go.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Have a good day, sir.
You too.
You stopping for them for? I wasn't stopping for them. It's a big dip in the street.
You're still on Zoom. Next.
We can call Kendall Bryant.
Yes.
One moment, Mr. Bryant.
I'm just waiting for videos. Thank you.
Starting a new chapter.
Can you hear me?
Wait 1 second, sir. So she called the case.
Okay.
Now calling the People versus Kendall Deshawn Bryant, ticket number SP 138596, count 1, unregistered, untitled vehicle, count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record.
Mari Hatcher
Yeah.
appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record.
Kendall Bryant.
Your Honor, Mr. Bryant has provided valid documentation. He also emailed a copy into the court clerk as well.
Okay, and we can talk about that offline later, but Mr. Bryan, do we have his current for 2004?
Yeah, it's a 2004. It expired September 24th, 2024.
So the court has verified that Mr. Bryan does in fact have valid insurance and registration for the vehicle in question. Therefore, the matter will be dismissed without prejudice. You are free to go, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I can just leave.
Are we ready on the A Brooks matter since we have corporate rule here? Either of you ready on that or Mr. T here? Okay, who are we ready to proceed on, Ms. Hatcher?
Amy Bonder Cherno. And I believe it's an officer here.
Yeah, it is. I think it is Amy. You got it. Graceful. Graceful.
Yeah. You brought the officer out.
All the officers are out. I don't think he's here. I think he might have left too.
Amy, will you pronounce your last name for me, please?
Bongiorno.
Bongiorno. Thank you. Now calling the people versus Amy Elizabeth Bongiorno, ticket number SP 118-1005, count 1, driver's license suspended. Count 2, supplying false information or ID to a police officer. Please state your appearance for the record.
Amari Hatcher appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record.
It's on the video. Amy Bongiorno.
Wait for 2 minutes.
How long?
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you hear her? I know it was some background noise.
Yeah, Amy Bongiorno.
Say it again.
Ms. Hatcher, can you hear me now?
I can. Now I can.
Oh, okay. We had some technical difficulties here. I was saying that we're unable to bring the officer into the main session. But do you have an offer or did we need to proceed with trial in this matter?
So I ended up talking to Attorney Goss in this matter. The defendant has a license is going to be, I guess, released on May 11th. So he agreed that she could set this matter for a second pretrial in order to provide a valid license. I know we were originally given dates of May 8th for a pretrial return. I was hoping I could get a date after May 11th.
Set for a trial today. The officers, so
he just said, oh, he's a attorney. So we'll set this matter, procedurally, it's set for trial today.
Right, I understand. This was the recommendation of the prosecutor, so that's why I wanted to put it on the record.
And he stated that he wants to set this for a final pretrial.
That is correct, because he said he didn't want the officer to be notified if for some reason she came back and she needed more time to get her license valid.
Okay, so is May 15th okay?
Ma'am?
What?
Would May 15th work for you?
Yes, that would.
Okay, so we're gonna set this matter, I'm gonna continue a not guilty plea on your behalf and set this matter for pretrial, final pretrial on May 15th at 8:35 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Since you don't care about me, I think I was asking Mr. Mr. Buckman, while you were out, if A Brooks was ready, or if we were ready to proceed on A Brooks while we have corporate rule in the courtroom.
Ready. What's the name of the defendant, Your Honor?
Brooks, last name Brooks.
I was trying to get you out the breaking room.
Brooks.
I think she's trying to
Yes,
get
I can bring him out. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Bill Brooks.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
We have a dismissal on Matthew Brown.
Was that set for trial as well?
It was.
No, arraignment on the bench on Matthew Brown.
Now calling the People versus Antonio Brooks, ticket number SP 1009820. Scratch that. Now calling the People versus Antonio Duran Brooks, ticket number SP 1009820. One count of no driver's license, driving without a driver's license, ticket number SP 107486621. One count of driver's license suspended or revoked, ticket number SP 114334. One count of driver's license, driving without a driver's license, ticket number, or count 2 was unregistered untitled vehicle, and count 3 is no insurance misdemeanor, ticket number SP 166777. Count 1 is improper plates, count 2 is unregistered vehicle, count 3 is driving without a driver's license, ticket number SP 1167231. One count of driver's license suspended, ticket number SP 126385. Count 1, driver's license suspended. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket number SP 12638573. One count of unregistered untitled vehicle. Ticket number 124666731. One count of no operator's license on a person. Ticket number 134478051. One count of operating without a license. Ticket number 155444035. One count of operating without a driver's license. Count 2 is providing false information or false ID to a police officer. Ticket number 155443621. One count of driving without a valid driver's license. Ticket number 204584421. One count of operating without a license. Ticket number 207227779. Count 1, unregistered vehicle. Count 2, driving without a valid driver's license. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
I please the court, Your Honor, Harry Hoffman, on behalf of the defendant. Would you please state your name, sir, for the record?
Antonio Brooks, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Would the officers who have appeared in this case please state your names for the record, one at a time, and your badge numbers?
Corporal Rule, badge 3896, Detroit Police, 6th Precinct.
Good morning.
Okay, today is the date and time set for trial. Mr. Bachman, how would you like to proceed in these matters?
The defendant is going to, as to those matters for which Officer, and we would also acknowledge that Officer Jason Lord appeared here for trial, as well as Marquise Lake, Your Honor. And as to the matters ending, the defendant is going to waive his right to any trial. He's going to plead guilty. There are a number of matters that are going to be dismissed here, but as to the matter ending in 2381, where the defendant is charged with driving on a suspended license, he will plead guilty, and that charge will be reduced to failure to display a valid driver's license, Your Honor. Also, as to the matter ending in 8572, where the defendant is charged with no insurance misdemeanor, that charge will be reduced to improper plate. The balance of the cases for which the defendant appears will be dismissed. I would stipulate to probable cause for those dismissals and just indicate that the majority of them are for no officer.
Okay, Mr. Brooks, this is a really lucky day for you because I spent more time probably calling off your cases than I am the rule. Is there someone who has their phone off mute? And it's gonna probably take me even longer to go through these cases to find these kids. What is going on with the feedback? Give me one moment.
Actually,
Okay. I have. Okay. All right, Mr. Brooks, you had an opportunity to talk to Attorney Bachman and he advised you of your rights.
yes, ma'am.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today? Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
I am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony? Are you driving, sir? You're not driving, are you?
No, I'm not driving.
Okay, please swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth.
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Turning your attention to February 20th, 2021. Were you driving a 2010 Dodge vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you driving in the area of Finkel and Strathmore in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you come in contact with Detroit Police Department on that day, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
When asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied, Counselor?
I'm satisfied.
The court is also satisfied and will enter an amended charge of failure to display on ticket number ending in 7238 on behalf of Mr. Brooks. Mr. Brooks, for the failure to display is going to be a fee of $220. I'm now going to turn your attention to October 19th, 2021. Were you driving a 2010 Dodge vehicle on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you driving in the area of Grand River and 7 Mile in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you come in contact with Detroit Police Department on that day, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you able to provide valid insurance on that day, sir?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied, Counselor?
Satisfied, thank you, Your Honor. I also stipulate to probable cause as to those matters being dismissed and move to dismiss those matters without prejudice where no complaining witness appeared. Thank you.
Okay, so the court will enter a guilty plea of improper plate on ticket number ending in 8572 and assess a fee of $220 in that matter as well. And dismissing all other matters in this case, in these cases. Mr. Brooks, how long, do you have your hand up for a reason, Mr. Brooks?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I didn't know if you were through with that, but I did place a $1,200 bond for all those tickets, and for the tickets that I have to pay, with that $1,200 be going towards what I hope.
Yes, it's a total of $440 is what you owe today, and that $1,200 the 440 will be applied from that $1,200. If there's no other fees that you owe before that.
Okay, now, if there's no other fees, will I be able to pick any of the other money up, or is that going to something else?
Mr. Bachman, was it a plea to two or three matters?
2 counts, Your Honor.
2 counts, okay, thank you. So the $440 will, unless there's other fees that you owe the court for any other matters, that will be, the $1,200 will be applied to that and the rest will be returned to you. You can contact the cashier's office at 36th District Court or come down in person.
I would remind Mr. Brooks that there's a lot of reinstatement fees even on the cases that were dismissed. So that will be taken out of your bond as well, okay?
Okay.
Just so look for it, there's $45 are the reinstatement. You'll see when you get your bond returned to you. Good luck though. Thank you, Your Honor. May the defendant be excused.
Either way, go.
Yeah, he's free to go. I thought I said he was free to go a while ago.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So do it tell how much the reinstatement fees are? He said the reinstatement fees is $45.
That's what he said. Are you still in it or you waiting
You
on
are
him?
still in the meeting, please.
So are we ready to proceed on?
Christina Brown, Your Honor, we're ready.
Actually, that just reminded me that Ms. Hatcher had a dismissal on her Brown.
Okay.
Ms. Hatcher, which Brown did you have a dismissal on?
I don't, Your Honor. I think he ended up, Andrew Brown. I'm sorry.
Andrew Brown?
And I just need to confirm, he was here for a trial that his officer did not check in. He is not in the waiting room now.
Okay, give me,
No.
the officer did not check in. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, so I'm ready to proceed on a dismissal of no PO.
All right, now calling the people versus Andrew Dice Brown, ticket number P13974553. Mr. Brown, please come into the camera. 1 count of supplying false information and or ID to police officer. Please state your appearances for the record, starting with the attorney.
Amari Hatcher appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record.
Andrew Dice Brown.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for trial. It is now 11:46 a.m. We have no officer present. We ask that this matter be dismissed.
The court has confirmed that Officer Dubak has not checked into the courtroom either virtually or in person. Therefore, the matter will be dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Brown, I'm not going to lecture you long, but make sure that you are providing the police when asked for identification with your actual identification, sir. You are free to go.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Ms. Brown, you ready to proceed?
I think we're ready with whoever you want to call, Judge.
Ms. Brown, Christina Brown. Is what I think.
I'm ready.
Okay,
Are you
thank you.
talking to me, Your Honor? Thank you.
I was talking to you. I know that you were on mute. I saw your mouth moving, so I knew that you were responding, so you're fine. Now calling the people versus Christina Caprice Brown, ticket number P13681110. Count 1, allowing unlicensed driver to drive. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Harry Baughman on behalf of the defendant. Would you state your name for the record?
Amon Brown.
No, sir, not you.
Christina Brown.
Yeah. One more time, just for good measure.
Christina Brown.
Thank you, ma'am. Judge, this matter is set for trial at 9 a.m. It is now 11:48. Without a complaining witness, Officer Larry Dudley, I would move to dismiss without prejudice. Thank you.
The court has verified that Officer Dudley has not checked into the courtroom either virtually or in person. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed without prejudice. The time is now 11:48 a.m. Matter was set for trial at 9 a.m. Ms. Brown, I see that you're happy, but you make sure that you know who's driving your vehicles, ma'am. We know our family members that can show us that they have a driver's license, but it's not valid. So you need to make sure that you're trusting people with your vehicle, that because you are ultimately the one responsible.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
All right, you have a good day. You're free to go.
Thank you, bye. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Your Honor, may we call Amon Brown? It's a compliance dismissal, and I can see the defendants at work. I don't want to create.
Is it Amon Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Mr. Brown, I'm gonna need you to be still, sir. Okay, now calling the people versus Amon Lateef Brown, ticket number SP 129-27931, 1 count of driving while license suspended, repeat offender. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Harry Bachman for the defendant. State your name, please. Mr. Brown, state your name.
Amon Lateef Brown.
Thank you, Judge. The defendant, to his credit, has sent to my attention compliance documents, specifically registration that is current and valid. I can attest to those documents as an officer of the court. I've also sent copies to the Corporation Counsel, Mr. Goss. I believe that their policy is to dismiss for compliance. I would stipulate to probable cause for that recommendation here, and thank the court.
I'm slightly confused though. What did you verify? Because this is a driver's license, repeat offender.
Okay. I didn't have that count in the docket. I have Amon Brown.
One moment, let me make
I might have these people confused. Forgive me. Let me look at my notes.
Let me see too. We may have something up here.
Yeah, improper plates. He brought registration and insurance in.
That's right. It was an improper plate. He owed money. It looked like he owed him a ticket. That's why he took a plea.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was unable to look that up. If it's already been adjudicated, can we just have some time to pay?
Yeah, it's just time to pay on this one. It was already played down from driving while license suspended to an improper plate. Mr. Brown, how long do you need to pay it? I think the total due is $348 now.
$348. That for driving while my license was suspended.
Improper plates.
You planted this almost a year ago, so I'm not giving you much time. And I see you are at work right now, so you have until April 27th to pay this $348, sir. I'm gonna set this matter for review on April 27th at 8:35 a.m. If you haven't had it paid by then, you need to appear here on the Zoom.
Okay, so April 27th.
Yes.
Okay.
You have a good day.
Okay.
Ready on Braceville?
Ready.
Now calling the people versus Ashley Ray Braceville, ticket number SP 671794, count 1. One moment, please. driving with altered or fictitious registration. Count 2, driving unregistered or untitled vehicle. Count 3, no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket number SP 671-795. Count 1, providing false information to a police officer. Count 2, driving while license suspended. Ticket number SP 154-63449. One count of no operator's license on a person. Ticket number 154-63449. One count of no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record.
Amari Hatcher appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record.
Ashley Braceful.
Your Honor, we do have a recommendation for the defendant to plead to allowing unlicensed driver to operate a motor vehicle and 1 count improper plates. All other matters will be dismissed.
Okay, give me one moment while I figure out which one I want. Okay.
I think those will cover the supplying false information because those abstract to the Secretary of State and she's trying to attempt to get her license.
So the allowing on ticket number ending in 1794, count 1 is the one you want to plead to allowing. And then you said the other is improper plate?
Correct.
No, he's gonna get out.
So Ms. Bracewell, did you have an opportunity to talk to Attorney Hatcher and he advised you of your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No, ma'am.
Are you guilty on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
You raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, do you promise or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. On June, I believe it's June 6, 2016, were you driving in the area of Norfolk and Schaefer in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you driving a 2002 Ford vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you in contact with Detroit Police Department on that day, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have proper registration on that day, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
And did you have proper insurance on that day?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Stipulate the probable cause on the dismissal?
So stipulated.
The court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive on count 1 on ticket number ending in 71794. And also enter a guilty plea, amended charge of improper plates on the same ticket number, count 3. And Ms. Graceful, are you working currently?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna assess a fee of $220 for each offense. That's a total of $440. How long do you need to pay that?
I have 5 children, so a month.
A month?
Yes.
Okay, and then I'm gonna give you a month. I'm gonna give you until May 15th, 2023 to pay it. If you don't pay it by May 15th, you need to appear here on the Zoom at 8:35 that morning. And it really concerns me that you're actually on multiple occasions providing fictitious information to the police. So I'm hoping that this will help you to get, your license back so that you can get proper registration and proper car insurance, okay?
Okay.
If you don't have it paid by May 15th, you need to appear back here on the Zoom at 8:35 a.m.
I'm sorry, Jan. Do I come to the court and pay it, or can I pay it over the phone?
You can pay it online at 36districtcourt.com. And then on that same website, you can find a list of kiosks or dip machines in your neighborhood that you can just walk up to and pay as well.
And I have another question, Your Honor. So will that, when I go to Secretary of State, that false ID was stopping me from getting my license. So how long will it take from them to get the information that it was dismissed?
What you say? 24 hours. It's 24 hours, but let me make sure that I put the dismissal on the right ticket. One moment.
Still calling.
Ms. Hatcher, I just want to make sure that we have this down properly because there are two tickets that she provided fictitious information or false information to the officer. So ticket number ending in 1795 was supplying false information and or ID to the officer, which abstracts. And then ticket number ending in 1794 was driving with the altered or fictitious registration, which also abstracts. So one of those are going to still be on her record though.
So we can move to dismiss both and have her plead to another one of her counts, Your Honor. So it won't abstract to her record. And my apologies if it was confusion, but the goal of the prosecutor was for it not to abstract.
I'm glad she said that. I get now what I'm gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is take the supplying false information and reduce that one to the FTD. So ticket number ending in 1795 will be, count one will be reduced to the failure to display. And then ticket number ending in 1794, I'm going to take count one, which is the driving with altered fictitious registration, and reduce that to improper plate.
Okay, and it's not failure to FTD, Your Honor. It's actually allowing unlicensed driver to drive because I believe FTD will abstract.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I did it right the first time, but.
No.
Well, hello? Okay, so I have it straight now.
Okay.
It's allowing, I've entered it as allowing unlicensed driver to drive for count one on 795 and improper place on, and then 794 for count one, and it's still the $440. It takes 24 hours, Ms. Bracewell, the answer to your question, but I'm glad you asked that so that we can make sure that we have the right pleas in place for you to be able to get your license back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're all set, you're free to go, but don't forget, if you don't, I'm thinking that you're gonna pay these in time, but if you don't pay it by May 15th, I need to see you back here on Zoom at 8:35 that morning.
It will be paid, Your Honor.
Okay, take care.
All right, thank you.
I heard. Are we ready to proceed on Matthew Brown?
Yes.
Now calling the people versus Matthew Sherrod Brown, ticket number SP 132-196.
Mr. Brown, we're just gonna mute you until we call you. There you go.
Count one. No, wait, these look like they've already, I think he's already planned to these. One moment, please. Count one improper plates. Count two, open intoxicants in a vehicle as a passenger. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Amari Hatcher appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Matthew Brown.
Today is the date and time set for an arraignment on the bench warrant. Ms. Hatcher, how would you like to proceed in these matters?
Your Honor, he is supposed to be pleading to one count of open intoxicant as a passenger, the other matter to be dismissed.
So he has already pled to open intoxicant as a passenger, as well as the improper plates, and those were reduced pleas.
Okay, so what is open for today? Does he just owe or?
He really just owes, and it's kind of a slap in the face, Mr. Brown, that someone would give you a really good plea agreement in June of 2022, and you still have held up on your end of the bargain.
Yeah, I was trying to get my funds in order. Yeah, I'm able to pay for it now.
Are you working currently?
Yes.
You are working currently?
Yes, I'm working on it.
Let me tell you the total.
Is it $348.65?
$413. So what I'm going to have you to do is come down to the 36th District Court and enter into a payment agreement by April 27th. If you don't enter into a payment agreement by April 27th, you need to appear back on this Zoom at 8:35 in the morning, that same morning.
Yes, ma'am.
You're free to go.
Your Honor,
Thank
could you just repeat that ticket number for me, please?
Yes, ma'am. It's SP 132-1596, count 1. The original charge was no insurance misdemeanor. Count 3, the original charge was open alcohol in a motor vehicle as a driver. He pled to count 1, improper plates, and count 2, open intoxicants in a vehicle as a passenger.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. He's free to go if he hasn't already left court.
Yeah.
April 27th. We ready to proceed on? Ready to proceed on Primus Bird?
You can call Mr. Byers or Mr. Brown, Ernest Brown.
I do have Byers, and you said what's the last name on Brown?
Ernest Brown.
Yeah, I have to bring his up.
All right. Now calling the people versus Cortez DeJuan Byers.
I'm here.
And really quickly, Judge, can I let Mr. Byers know your license is not valid, Mr. Byers? So they have offered you failure to display, no point offense, but there is going to be a $225 fine.
I just got my temporary learner's permit. I don't go.
Okay, that's not a, so I can talk to you in a breakout room. That's not a valid license. So if you want to come back for a trial date when your license is valid, we can do that. But today you do not have a valid license.
Okay.
So how you want to proceed, sir?
I guess we'll get a trial date. I don't go for the driver's test until the 26th.
The 26th of April?
Yes.
Okay. Have I called this one on the record yet? No,
I
haven't
called the name, Your Honor.
Okay, so now calling the people versus Cortez DeJuan Byers, ticket number SP 138-24221, one count of driving while unlicensed. Ticket number SP 138-2300, count 1, expired plates, count 2, no proof of insurance. Please state your appearance for the record.
Amari Hatcher appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record.
Cortez Byers.
Okay, today is the day and time set for a pretrial hearing. Mr. Byers, it's my understanding that you would like to take this matter to trial at the bench trial before me as the trier of fact. Is that correct?
Yes.
So the court will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and set this matter for trial on May 8th, 2023 at 9 a.m.
Okay.
I'll see you on that day, sir. Have a good day.
So
$0 bond.
That wasn't today. I think a black man was yesterday. That might have been. Okay.
Do you have Bachman?
Did you,
No.
Attorney Boffman, did you talk to Rita Butler in room 37?
I did.
Okay.
I was just waiting for the room to out a little bit. I'm gonna bring everybody else that I interviewed out of the room. There is Mr. Werbling's client. And do you have anybody else in there?
I just have Ernest Brown and then I've talked to everybody.
I'll leave him in there. Right?
I've been trying to chat him. I don't know. He's not responding back to me.
Hi, Your Honor, Miss Latifa.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I think we were just looking for a final pre-trial date, if that worked for the court.
It does. I can give you May 8th, 2023. At
Okay, let me.
8:35 a.m.
Okay, I don't know that. It seems like Thursdays are the best for this particular client. Is that okay? To
Yeah.
Okay.
One moment.
So
Thank
what
you.
about
May 11th.
May 11th?
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Wait, what's his name? Bradley Baker?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Worthing.
Thank you, Judge. I can let him. I'm free to leave, or
You absolutely are. Thank
All
you.
right,
He's in the
thank you.
courtroom now.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Baker's here too. Mr. Baker, you're free to go.
Okay. Mr. Baker, I'll call you as soon as you leave the meeting. Okay.
No. I said you want me to remind you to say yes.
I'm sorry. I thought you said that would happen. And I was like, yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Who are we
I'll
ready?
take it.
Who are we ready on?
Ernest Brown.
Oh, yeah, that's what
Oh, wait, I apologize. I'm waiting for his file. What time was he scheduled for, Ms. Hatcher?
Mr. Brown is,
I have it. Now calling the people versus Ernest Clayton Brown, ticket number SP 1404620, count 1, driving without a driver's license, count 2, defective brake lights. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Amari Hatcher, appearing on behalf of the defendant. Please state your name for the record. Mr. Brown.
Star 6 to unmute, Mr. Brown. Ernest Brown, star 6 to unmute for us, please.
Mr. Brown, you have to dial star 6 on your cell phone in order for us to speak to you, sir. Otherwise, we're gonna reschedule your hearing. Do you have anyone else that you're ready to go on?
That's it for me, Your Honor.
Is it, I mean, not like that, but good that we're winding down.
And I think everyone, do you want to close all the breakout rooms? I think everyone is out.
Yes, they all are.
Okay, thank you.
Am I all set or do you need me for?
If you, can you call the courtroom quickly? 965-2291, but you can log off of Zoom for sure. What's the courtroom email address?
CTRN335@36districtcourt.org.
Hello?
Sir, no one has called your name. Please keep your device on mute.
Yeah, my name was called and y'all went right over me.
Okay, sir, we need you to please be patient and put your phone back on mute until we recall your name.
What did he say?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
What did he say?
He said.
Here. Mr. Byrd, when I called your name, your attorney wasn't present, so I had to wait for him to come back.
Please forgive me. I'm here. We're ready.
Are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I will start with Mr. Primus Byrd. One moment.
Paid for.
All right, now calling the People versus Primus Byrd, ticket number P1404696, count one, driving unregistered or untitled vehicle. Please state your appearance for the record.
May I please report Harry Baughman for the defendant. State your name, please, sir.
Primus Byrd.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a compliance dismissal. The defendant has presented to my attention valid registration. And I've sent that to Mr. Goss. I would stipulate for probable cause to any dismissal here and thank the court.
Is that a 2010 black Ford vehicle?
One moment.
Yes, ma'am.
That is a 2010 Ford four-door. It's registered to Primus Byrd, and the expiration of the registration for plate number 3K7511 is February 8th of 2024, Your Honor. I'm sorry, did you hear me?
I did. Give me one moment.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Baughman, there are two more I'm going to read into the record, one of which will be a dismissal. Well, yeah, one of which will be a dismissal. The other is an open warrant. So I'm going to add into the record ticket number P1404708, one count of no insurance on the same vehicle. And I believe that you stated that he does in fact have insurance and registration on this vehicle. Therefore, both of these matters will be dismissed without prejudice. As it pertains to ticket number C4846302, one count of solicitation of a prostitute, that it's actually in warrant status. So the court would like to know how you would like to proceed, Mr. Baughman, on that matter.
Thank you. We will waive any more formal reading of the information and complaint in that matter as the defendant be pleaded not guilty, Your Honor, and that matter be set for a pretrial on June the 13th at 8:35 a.m. by way of Zoom. Did you get that date, Mr. Byrd?
June what, sir?
13 at 8:35 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
We found an extra case that you had a warrant for, and so we're going to set that one for June 13th, but these other matters are dismissed here today. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Baughman, why'd you give June 13th? We're curious. Mr. Baughman, why did you give June 13th?
That was the date I received from the clerk. Is that not right? Is that actually May 8th?
I thought we were doing May 8th.
I'm sorry.
For pretrial.
Yeah, I wrote down this June 13th date on a sticky from yesterday afternoon. But
It's
that's
okay.
the date I gave.
You've been given June 13th to
All day?
All day.
Okay, thanks for the heads up. We'll keep you on that date, June 13th, sir. And we'll make the proper adjustments to not give that date out in the future, so I won't be overwhelmed. Mr. Byrd, I am going to set aside your warrant in that matter, enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, set a $0 bond, and set this matter for trial or pre-trial on June 3rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. or 9 a.m. You are free to go.
Yes. Don't forget to send me the email that says June 13th, attorney.
All over it. I'm very sorry.
Because I'm gonna probably give them the earlier date.
Okay,
But I'm not gonna do it because you gave them June 13th already, so.
yeah, there are 1, 2, 3. 6 individuals to whom I gave that date, so I accept my apology. I will not give that date out anymore. And
you're okay.
Mr. Byrd, are you there? Can you unmute your device? You're on mute.
I don't know, Shane, Amy. I'm ready to proceed on Danita Boglin.
Ready.
Now calling the people versus Danita Shatan Boglin, ticket number SP 1168547, count 1, no insurance misdemeanor, count 2, driving unregistered untitled vehicle. Please state your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Harry Boffman, or good afternoon, Your Honor. Harry Boffman for the defendant. State your name, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Danita Shatan Boglin.
Thank you. Ms. Boglin is going to ask that the court enter a not guilty plea for the purpose of arraignment, but she's going to change that plea to guilty. There's a recommendation here that if she pled to count 2, which is the no registration, that count 1 will be dismissed. She's going to make a factual basis here and now, Your Honor, I stipulate to probable cause for the matter to be dismissed.
And she's pleading to count 2 as charged.
That's correct.
Ms. Boglin, you had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Boffman, but your names are giving me tongue tied. But Ms. Boglin, you had a chance to talk to Mr. Boffman in the breakout room. Is that correct?
I did, Your Honor.
And he advised you of your rights?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
And did you understand your right?
Somewhat yes and somewhat no, because this is my first time ever going through this. I just wanted the easiest way to pay off my ticket.
Okay, so we need to make sure that you understood your constitutional rights, okay, ma'am? And he's gonna go through them with you again. You say yes to each one you understand. If there's one that you don't understand, you say no so that we can make sure you understand, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Would you like me to voir dire on the record?
Yes, please.
One moment while I pull out the vice.
You are going back over the back to rights too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Good afternoon again, Ms. Boglin. I just wanted to read to you from a form that is disseminated by a state court administrator. If you had come to court in person, you'd be required to fill out this form to indicate that you understand your rights. That you can brought to court on a misdemeanor charge. You have the right to plead guilty or not guilty or to stand mute. If you stand mute, a plea of not guilty will be entered and you may plead no contest with the permission of the court. You also have the right to have a trial by jury and to have the assistance of an attorney.
Mr. Boffman, make sure that she understands each one, because I don't know which one she didn't understand in the first.
Okay, sure. So do you understand that you have the right to plead guilty or not guilty or stand mute?
Yes.
And you also understand that you have a right to a trial in these matters by jury?
Yes.
Okay, do you also understand that you have the right to assistance of an attorney? That's who I am.
Yes.
That you may have to repay the expense of a court appointed attorney if you're convicted.
Okay.
That you have a right to a trial where you have the following rights: to call witnesses to speak for your behalf at trial. Do you understand this?
Yes.
To see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Also, do you understand that you have a witness I mean, you have a right to be a witness for yourself, or you can remain silent.
Yes.
And if you remain silent, you should know that the prosecuting attorney won't have a right to say anything about your remaining silent. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you also know that the prosecutor would have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in order to achieve a conviction against you today? Is that right?
Okay, yes.
I understand that in order to plead guilty, you'll be waiving those rights here and now today.
Okay. Go to the other one we talked about where I can do it in May.
In May?
Yeah, you said you had given me one time where I can come back in May.
Oh, well, you do have a right to come back at a next action date.
Okay.
And then if you bring those documents, the prosecutor will look at those and possibly dismiss the case. So if you want to come back for a pretrial on May the 8th at 8:35 a.m., that's also an option as well.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Okay, so I assume you don't want to waive rights. You want to set the matter for a pretrial on May 8th at 8:35, correct?
Yes.
I'm satisfied with the record, Your Honor. May we please have a pretrial date on May 8th at 8:35 a.m.
Okay, the court is going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and set this matter for pretrial on May 8th at 9 a.m. You are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Butler.
You're welcome. Thank you.
One moment, Mr. Bachman. You gave her the right day, huh? Only because we were watching.
I don't think you heard it.
Yeah, you know what? I did discuss with her. She was the only one that I gave the right date to be honest with you.
That's only because we were watching.
It's so funny, it hurts.
So Mr. Herbert Bradford, can you hear us now? Mr. Bachman, this is going to be a dismissal because of
Ready?
no officer. For no officer, but he can't hear us.
Okay.
He'll eventually.
I'll put a note up to tell him. That's what I'll do. Hold that thought.
We're gonna try to chat him one more time.
I am doing the same thing.
Oh, whoa, what just happened? Why is your stuff coming up on my Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Lord enough. Yeah, he's reading. He's reading. While we wait for him, I am going to call another matter. One moment. It's probably going to be Tenisha Black, because that one seems easy. Now calling the people versus Tenisha Nicole Black, ticket number SP 140-01-191. One count of driving while license suspended. Please state your appearance for the record.
Please support Harry Buck on behalf of the defendant, sir. Ma'am, would you please state your name for the record?
Tenisha Black.
Thank you. Matter set for trial. May I inquire as to whether Officer Amin Ra appeared?
Yes.
He
Yes.
did. Then the
Yes.
defendant would waive rights to a trial and plead guilty to the recommendation that she would the plea would be reduced to failure to display.
Okay, Ms. Black, you had an opportunity to talk to the attorney in the breakout room and he advised you of your rights?
Yes.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. I'm gonna turn your attention to October 22nd, 2022. Were you driving a 2019 Jeep?
Yes.
Were you in the area of Bennett Street and Burgess Street in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Did you come in contact with Detroit Police Department on that day, ma'am?
Yes.
And when asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
No, I told him I didn't have none.
Okay. Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied. Thank you, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea to the amended charge of failure to display on the ticket number ending in 1191. The fee for in this matter, ma'am, is going to be $220. Are you working currently?
Yes, I am working.
Okay, do you need 2 weeks to pay or 30 days?
I need over 30 days because I'm paying another court too. They just, Hazel Park just lifted my suspension off because she was wondering why I couldn't get my license. And I told her I took the written test, but Hazel Park was holding a suspension on there. She just lifted it off.
I'll give you more than 30 days, but in order for you to have more than 30 days, you actually have to come down to the court and enter into a payment agreement by April 27th. And they'll let you, once you enter into that payment agreement, you'll no longer have to come back to my courtroom at all. You'll just enter into a payment agreement with them and keep whatever it is that they tell you to pay, just stay on track with that.
Okay.
And they'll give you increments to pay based on your
You
income.
can just give me 30 days. You can just give me 30 days.
Don't say that, because if you don't pay about 30 days and you don't show back up, you're gonna have a warrant.
No, you can give me 30 days.
Okay. I'm gonna give you into May 15th, 2023.
Okay.
If you don't pay at the end, then you need to appear back here on the Zoom at 8:35 that morning.
Okay.
Have a good day.
You too.
So he still hasn't responded?
I'm gonna have to do it again for you to finish.
All right, O'Shane Bailey.
Here.
Now come.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for your patience. We're almost there, almost there. Now calling the people versus O'Shane Christopher Bailey, ticket number SP 140-00241, one count driver's license expired. Ticket number SP 140-00251, one count of unregistered untitled vehicle. Ticket number SP 140-00252, one count of no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket number SP 1399915, one count of count one is expired plates, count two is no registration. Ticket number SP 139, same ticket number, count three is defective brake light. One moment, make sure that that's what that abbreviation is for. Defective windshield, I stand corrected. Defective windshield for count three. Please state your appearance for the record.
Harry Boffin on behalf of the defendant. Mr. Bailey, please state your name.
O'Shane Christopher Bailey.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant is here for the purpose of trial. He is going to, however, waive his right to that trial today. He's going to plead guilty to 2 counts, and the balance of the cases which the court has read off today will be dismissed. Those counts specifically end in 9151, where the defendant is charged with expired plates, and 9152, where the defendant is charged with no valid registration. He's going to make the factual basis and or a responsible plea to those counts, and the other counts will be dismissed here, and I would stipulate to the probable cause for that recommendation and thank the court and the prosecutor.
Mr. Buckman, I don't know if you were aware that the officer didn't appear today.
We are aware that the officer didn't appear. I did discuss that with Mr. Bailey. We were confronted with the fact that Officer Whitehead does not appear for some sort of medical reason or some sort of a leave that he's on, and that he has a blanket intention to reissue these cases, and I don't want Mr. Bailey, and Mr. Bailey doesn't want to have to go back through all of this again, and we can just resolve.
Okay, all right. So because of that, I wasn't paying attention. What are you planning to, what is he planning to do?
Okay, he's pleading to 9151, expired plates at 9152, no registration.
And as charged or?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
All right, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, those are both no point offenses that don't abstract.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Bailey, you had an opportunity to talk to Attorney Bachman and he advised you of your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bailey, are you driving?
No, I just got off for work, so I'm in the passenger seat.
Okay. And you understood your rights, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes.
Put your hand down. Turning your attention to October 24th, 2022. Were you driving in the area of St. Martin's and Warrington in the city of Detroit?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're driving a 2003 Ford?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you come in contact with the Detroit Police Department on that day?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's for the 2 tickets.
One moment, please. You came in contact with Detroit Police Department on that day, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you have a proper registration or signed registration for the vehicle you were driving on that day?
Yes.
You did?
Listen carefully to the question, sir.
My bad have expired, so my birthday was on my birthday, then I was gonna get it done.
So you did not have proper registration, is that correct?
Yes.
And your plates were also expired?
Yes.
Okay, satisfied, counselor?
I am satisfied. Thank you, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea of expired plates or a guilty responsible plea for expired plates and responsible plea for no receipt or unsigned registration. The fee for the plates is the 105. The fee for registration is going to be 145 for a total of $250. Sir, I need to pay that within the next 30 days by May 15th, 2023, or appear back on Zoom at 8:35 that morning.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, but is it possible it can be at the end of next month?
Say that one more time.
Is it possible if it can be at the end of next month?
At the end of May?
Yes.
Okay. You need it for the end of May? I can do May, you want May 31st?
My bad, Your Honor. My phone got muted.
Is May 31st okay? Are you gonna be able to pay it by then?
Yes.
Okay, you have until May 31st then to pay that.
All right, thank you.
And if you don't pay it by May 31st, you still need to appear on Zoom at 8:35 that morning.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Ms. Barrett, will you turn?
Read about
Oh, Ms. Butler, can you hear us? Press *6 on your phone.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Butler, I'm ready to proceed in your matter. Now calling the people versus Rita Michelle Butler, ticket number P1375909, 1 count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, count 2 no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Harry Bachman for the defendant. Ma'am, Ms. Butler, please state your name loud and clear for the record.
Rita Butler.
Thank you. Judge, the defendant is here for the purpose of pretrial. Towards that end, there's been a recommendation that if the defendant pled guilty here today to count 1, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, that count 2 would be dismissed for no insurance, and that indeed 1 would be dismissed upon payment. As the defendant is going to make a factual basis here and now and accept that recommendation. Stipulate to
And that's your understanding, Ms. Butler?
Yes.
You talked to Attorney Bachman and he advised you of your rights?
Yes.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I swear
Yes.
or affirm, whichever one you like to do, swear or affirm.
I swear.
That
What's the rest?
testimony I give will be the truth and the entire truth.
That the testimony that I give will be the truth.
Okay, put your hand down. I'm going to turn your attention to August 4th, 2022. Were you driving a 2016 Chevy?
Yes.
Were you in the area of Puritan and Cheyenne in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And no. Did you allow someone else to drive your vehicle on that day, ma'am?
Yes.
And was that person licensed at the time?
No.
Okay. And was there proper insurance on the vehicle at that time, ma'am?
No.
Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied. Thank you, Your Honor.
Court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, and that was my error. Count 2 no insurance misdemeanor is going to be dismissed without prejudice. I am going to give you a fee of $200, Ms. Butler, for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. So it's going to be $200. I'm going to get, how long will you need to pay that?
Could I have 30 days, ma'am?
You sure can. Are you sure you're going to be able to pay it within 30 days? Because I can give you the 60 days.
Well, I'll take the 60 days then.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 60 days. I'm gonna have you come back on June 13th, 2023 at 8:35 a.m. If it's paid by that day, then this matter will be dismissed.
Okay.
You take care.
Thank you.
Too. Okay. Did he ever call? I put it back on the screen. He was looking.
He's trying to write it down.
Right. Tenisha Bonner, did she ever, did she leave? Mr. Bachman? Did you have a Tenisha? Huh?
Bonner, I did not talk to a Bonner.
She checked in.
I have lost a couple people that since the meeting was locked that did.
Yeah. Okay, you weren't able to hear us all morning. So we're gonna conduct your hearing over the phone, okay? Your officer didn't show up, so it's gonna be a dismissal. Okay. Now calling the people versus Harvette Gregory Bradford, ticket number SX412538. 7, count 1, no operator's license on a person. Count 2, no proof of insurance. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Okay, please support Harry Bachman for the defendant. Sir, loud and clear, please state your name.
Mr. Bradford, state your name very loud so that they can hear you on Zoom.
Thank you, judges. Of day and time for trial. The defendant is present, continuing a not guilty plea. We move to dismiss for failure of the complaining witness to check in.
Okay, the court has verified that the officer has not checked in this matter. The time is now 12:45 p.m. This matter was set for trial at 9 a.m. Therefore, it will be dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Bradford, you are free to go, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now calling the people versus Lakia Trinae Barrett, ticket number SP1238917, count 1. Driver's license suspended, count 2, no insurance misdemeanor, count 3, unregistered untitled vehicle, ticket number SP1288649, count 1, unregistered untitled vehicle, count 2, no insurance misdemeanor, count 3, no operator's license on person. Please state your appearance for the record.
May it please the court, Harry Bachman on behalf of the defendant. State your name, ma'am. Nakia Barrett, are you there?
Star 6 to unmute, ma'am.
Ms. Barrett, dial star 6 to unmute your phone. You have an outstanding warrant, Ms. Barrett. You want to get these removed, you need to show up. Okay. Ms. Nakia Barrett, going once, going twice. Press star 6 on your phone to unmute. Okay. That concludes today's hearing. Mr. Brown, can you hear us now? Ernest Brown, you can hear us now?
Star 6 to unmute, sir.
He's already unmuted. That's why I thought maybe he can hear us now. All right, that concludes today's hearings. Anyone who had technical difficulties for today will be rescheduled for another day. You will receive something in the mail. Have a